kind of, it's a testament to him being able to get over the hump against Auburn in particular. Second half start was just abysmal. It was not good.
The game was at home, though.
It is, and the back's against the ropes right now. Let's see how he responds. Let's see if they get back to playing good quality Alabama football by establishing the line of scrimmage, some nice, quick, easy completions to make them feel good again.
And I'll tell you something that Ohio State's doing right now. They realize that Amari Cooper needs to get involved. They're keeping two safety back, two safeties deep. They're making sure they didn't.
Was Lane Kiffin the intended receiver there?
And actually, you look at it, Amari Cooper actually gave up on this throw. This is a bad job by Amari Cooper. Blake Sims does a nice job. They're trying to work a 2-on-1 stretch right here. And he's supposed to be going right down the field for a possible touchdown. And now he gives up on it. He just stands there. And I mean, you can't. You're throwing your quarterback under the bus right there.
A lot of frustration building on the Alabama sideline and on that line. Let's see what happens.
That's a nice throw.
We started that for about half the Ohio State lineup.
Well, you know where they're going right now. I mean, when in doubt, you get the ball to your playmakers. That's Cooper, that's Henry, and allow those guys to make plays. And I think Lane Kiffin realizes that, so you're going to see his best creative formations right now to get Amari Cooper the football and to try to give Blake Sims some throws.
Why is he now realizing?
And you remember that out and up that Alabama threw for a touchdown against Auburn? That was the out and curl. So all the things tying together, one game plan to the next. A good job by Lane Kiffin getting a good, nice, high percentage throw and getting, like what you said, his best player on the field back in a row.
Screen play. There's Henry.
There's Henry again.
Man, he is just so tough. And he's so much faster than people realize. I mean,
that screen play was a tremendous play.
And who did they go at?
They went right at Joey Bosa.
They went right at Joey Bosa.
Notice on this play, here's Joey Bosa right here. They're going to use his momentum to influence and allow him to come upfield. And right underneath, this guy here goes up, and Derrick Henry comes inside, and now he's got blockers in front. But they use Joey Bosa's aggressiveness against him and actually gain a block.
Yeah, a little pop screen right there. A nice job of Derrick Henry collisioning him and making a play.
Now you have blockers in front, two offensive linemen in front. Great play, but two great play calls back-to-back by Lane Kiffin.
What about 2 hours since Alabama had a good play?
Get a block, Blake. There you go. Just get in his way. Just get in his way.
Trying to make up for that pick six very quickly. We just saw Kaylee Hart calling on the screen.
Well, they need to.
This is a good cut right here. And he's been working the backside cut, the backdoor cut a lot. I'm not sure if that was an initial game plan. The running back coach, Burton Burns, he teaches the running backs to read a defender. You've seen Yeldon work back to the backside several times. There's Joshua Perry. He takes a big Leon Brown into the thigh, pushes him down, unaffected completely, makes the tackle. That guy's a big-time football player. You're going to be hearing his name in the NFL draft in the very, very near future.
Doesn't it speak to the resiliency of a Nick Saban team?
It does.
I mean, we're in here. Jim in Tuscaloosa, he's panicking. I'm sure Phyllis is going crazy right now. All they did was settle down, Paul, and come back and put together a methodical drive. Can they finish it off?
They're working on a minute. But I think the important thing was the speed of this drive.
The quick answer.
Yeah, they can't waste a lot of time there after that pick six.
You know, run the football here. You're at the 5-yard line. You've been doing the misdirection. You try to sneak Vogler out into the flat. Just run the football. No reason to get cute. You're kind of pounding them. You see some defenders with hands on their hips. Actually, when I look at the defense, every single defender has their hands on their hips.
Big guys.
Big guys.
They're getting winded. What are you talking about?
So run the football. You're winning up front. You got Justin Fowler in now at the running back position. Now, definitely run the football. Let the big guy pound.
Probably quarterback draw here. Fowler, there you go. You can see it coming.
Nice job. Yeah, because you got the fullback.
You can see it coming, and we'll definitely run that one back. You can see it coming. No true tailback in the backfield. Fowler was the only back there. So if any run they were going to run, they were going to run a quarterback draw with a lead blocker. Great design here by Lane Kiffin.
And you can see it right here. Justin Fowler is going to lead up through the hole. It's actually like a little bit of a quarterback counter. When you see Blake Sims, he starts to his left, runs back to the right. You see the pullers right there, sealing it. right there, what you're taught to do as a fullback, run through color. It's exactly what Justin Fowler's doing right there. He's cleaning it up because Ari Kouandjo doesn't have it 100% sealed. Blake Sims breaks a tackle, falls forward into the end zone. Touchdown, Alabama, strike up the band.
Mike is in Buffalo. Good evening, Mike. Thank you for the phone call.
Yeah, hey, how you guys doing? Not too good. Me neither. Listen, you guys are giving this Lane Kiffin all the credit. If it wasn't for Lane Kiffin, this game would be a blowout already. He cannot run the football. He can't stop himself from throwing the ball. Sims is not. McElroy, you know it yourself. What's Alabama football? You got superstar running backs. You run.
Well, you got the best receiver in the country, too. Hold on a second there.
And right there, though, you see they ran the football, but they utilized Blake Sims's athleticism. Mm-hmm. It was a really good play call right there. I loved it because when you go back and you look at the box, there's a 5-man box defensively, and you have 6 blockers. They're thinking run all the way. They're thinking pass all the way. And with Justin Fowler, they kind of snuck that in there. They put the fullback in at the running back position. And that was the real key. And I saw Justin, that's kind of interesting. I don't see him in a one-back set very often. That was an antenna immediately.
Right. It was a dead giveaway that it was going to be some type of quarterback run because of the fullback being in there, and he's not their primary running back.
Hey, Brandon, what's going on? Good evening.
Good evening, guys. Hey, man, enjoying the heck of your show. Stumbled up on it at halftime, same way I did in the Iron Bowl, and I can't turn you guys off. I mean, hats off to you. I'm sure you got something going, Paul.
Well,
hey, listen,
go ahead.
Amari Cooper is fixing to show up, and the Diesel's going to keep going, Derrick Henry. And the gentleman from Buffalo a while ago, I'm telling you, the run game is there, and it will show up. And,
well, if you're an Alabama fan, Brandon, and thank you for the kind words, you finally found your life preserver now, and the defense make a stop.
And I think it's going to be key for this defense. If you're Ohio State now, Alabama came back, they punched back. So now how do you answer? Right. This has been a game of punch, counterpunch. Punch or adjustment.
But it had been a while since Alabama punched back.
28 unanswered.
Yeah.
Okay, but they finally came back and answered. So now, what is Ohio State going to do? Do you continue to stay aggressive with Cordell Jones? Can you bait him into making another mistake the way they did earlier with the interception? So I think that's going to be key. How does Kirby Smart and Nick Saban play this? I still say you got to get pressure up the middle on this quarterback. He's going to make a mistake at some point. Can you capitalize on that mistake?
And I'm a little surprised because when you go back and look at what Ohio State struggled with this year, particularly against Virginia Tech, and I know it's been a long time since the Virginia Tech game, so I apologize to the Buckeye fans that are watching, all 7 of you. I do apologize because what they did, the Virginia Tech Hokies, they put their offensive linemen on an island. They did pick stunts and swoops. They have a 5-down sink 46 Bears defense. We haven't seen that from Alabama. I'm a little surprised because of the depth they have at defensive line. I thought that might be a front that they'd feature, but maybe they'll get to it a little bit as the game progresses.
Alabama's more of a strength and bulk-style defensive line where Virginia Tech can kind of get on the edges. They're a little bit quicker, and so I think that's why you probably haven't seen that. The way Alabama generates pressure is through blitzing and disguise, blitzing and deceiving the other team, and that's what's struggling right now because they have 4 guys up front, and they're not deceiving anyone. They're getting blocked. That has to change throughout this game.
Yes.
And after all this, Alabama only trails 34-28. It seems like it should be about 30 right now. Saban has come back before. We've seen this movie, but we'll just have a different ending.
There's that quarterback counter that we talked about in the first half. Fake the jet sweep, run the quarterback counter. There's a lot of different variations off that motion. It makes it really hard on the defense, Boog, and you can talk about this. When you have guys running sideline to sideline, how hard is it to stay at home from a defensive tackle standpoint?
Well, it just makes you hesitate. And all those things are trying to get the skies to make your guys, if they hesitate for 1 second, now it allows Cordell Jones to come up the middle. And it's a 5-yard gain. Now it's second and very, very manageable.
And you got press coverage on the outside. Let's see if Ohio State tries to take another shot here.
Here they come. Blitz is coming.
See, Alabama's playing with the 2 deep safeties and man underneath. Now they're getting to that 2-man. And they're saying, hey, if you can run the ball against our front, then go ahead. But we're going to try to take away the deep passing game. And as a result, that defensive line is answering the challenge that Kirby Smart's putting on.
The Saban team has not given up 28 points in his tenure. He gave up 27 against Arkansas, I believe, in 2007. They came back to win that game. So
35 against South Carolina in 2010 stands out to me. That was.
We'll continue with phone calls at 855-242-7285, and we've had some interesting ones tonight. A little bit of a meltdown among the Alabama and SEC fan base. Let's go to Brady in Hammond, Louisiana. Hey, Brady.
Paul! How are you?
I'm doing great, thank you.
Hey, Greg, you're receiving heavy praise on Twitter for your analysis, and you now have the nickname Rain Man. God bless. And Paul, if Bama loses tonight to OSU, what are the ramifications that loss would have on the SEC's reputation, considering the ass-kicking that the SEC and the SEC West have received this bowl season?
Can you spell cataclysmic? Because I mean, it really would. It's hard to even think about it. Although I am thinking about it right now because of the score. But it would be a devastating blow to the psyche of this conference. We've all said it ad nauseum. It's the best conference in the country. The SEC West is the best conference in all of football. Well, if Alabama loses this game, no one is going to listen to that conversation. I don't care what happened this year. The attacks on the SEC will be savage.
Well, it'll be fast and furious because Alabama, LSU, Mississippi State, Ole Miss, the heavy hitters in the West, and Auburn, the heavy hitters in the West would have all been down. So it's no secret this is key, not only for the psyche of the West, but for the psyche of the entire conference.
Yeah, and the fact that this is Alabama and playing the way it is. Let's continue with more calls. Saul is in Austin, Texas on this film room edition. Good evening.
Good evening. How are you guys?
We're well, thank you.
I'm telling you, I'm a huge Bama fan, and I can't believe that Lane Kiffin is killing this football team.
Oh, how quickly.
I mean, they should be ahead by 3 scores, but he's running this.
I don't think Lane Kiffin is playing defense for Alabama, Saul.
Well, this high school Todd Dodge style offense, he's killing this team. I mean, the Crimson Tide, I mean, they're the elite of college football.
Yeah. Well, let me say this.
Lane
Kiffin is not killing. Lane Kiffin is not responsible for the. He's responsible for maybe some of it. There was a touchdown. There was an interception for a touchdown. But other than that, Kiffin's play calling has been suspect.
I knew he's not.
It has not been a great night for Kiffin, but it's not over yet either.
Well, no, to his point, we give Lane a lot of credit when you get Amari Cooper wide open. Well, we haven't seen him wide open tonight.
Yeah.
I mean, we haven't seen him in situations where he's running scot-free tonight. So I think when you can give the credit, you also have to give him some of the blame. And so far tonight, he hasn't been able to get Amari Cooper deep. Now, some of that goes to Ohio State because they're starting to keep 2 safeties back. And anytime a team keeps 2 safeties back, they're telling you, I'm not going to get beat deep. I'm not going to give up the big play. Now, if they put 1 safety back and bring another safety for the run, which is why the run game is so important, now you can get Amari Cooper one-on-one to the outside. We really haven't seen him one-on-one since like the first play of the game when they threw the fade route.
Yeah.
That was the last time I saw Amari Cooper one-on-one in this game.
And they need to just figure out a way to be able to continue to feed Derrick Henry. I don't care how tired he is, get the oxygen tank ready. He's going to be the difference down the stretch.
Big play. Here comes pressure. There's 5 guys that you knew it was coming. You knew they were going to come out of the 4-man rush.
And boy, it has been a while since we've seen Alabama impose some
And
pressure.
what did we talk about a second ago? We talked about a 5-man front.
Mm-hmm.
Now, this isn't the Bear. This isn't the 46. The guards are uncovered. But edge pressure, it forces the offensive line to play on an island. I want you to look at this. You're going to get 1 on him, 1 on the inside. He'll be head up on the center. He'll be fanning. They'll be fanning. A great job of Jonathan Allen working one-on-one, not pushing the pocket overwhelmingly. So he actually saves a hold and making the play. Huge 3rd down stop for the Alabama defense.
Boy, and you knew at some point, we've been talking about it, they had to start to bring pressure. There you saw the pressure came from Kirby Smart, from Nick Saban. It's only a matter of time. Like, we make football complicated sometimes. It's only a matter of time.
Answer the door. Uncle Mo is waiting to come in.
He's looking to come in.
But what about getting the offensive line on islands?
Right.
Alabama can win the one-on-one battles. Now, when they're only because Ohio State is such a heavy slide protection team where they move more 5 together as opposed to one-on-one. when you get them in a one-on-one situation, they can be exposed. They were against Virginia Tech. They were at times against other defenses. That's what Alabama needs to continue to do defensively. And look who's in the backfield. Derrick Henry.